All right. Hello and welcome to another Needlessly Complicated 14. My name's Arietta and today we're having some tech difficulties. I restarted my PC so that it would just clear the cache and to make sure that nothing was running in the background just to make sure that we're not experiencing as much lag. However, that disconnected the chatbot, and apparently that also disconnected chat from Streamlabs, I think. So I'm sorry if I'm a bit of a mess, because that's distracting. But yeah, we're just gonna roll with it. We're gonna roll with it and we're gonna keep going, because that's what we do. So today we are going to be working on leveling up our profession jobs as well as MSQ to level 20, rather max level 20. Last time we had an extra long stream. It started early and kept going a little long because we had the wonderful experience of getting to create a retainer with the help of the audience. So thank you all for helping with that. I appreciate it, and I appreciate you. As you may have noticed, if you are a returning viewer, we have a new overlay for summer. Pride Month is sadly over, but we're continuing on with fun stuff, and so a new overlay just seemed like a good idea. Uh, so, without further ado, we're going to just get right into it, and hopefully my brain will reconnect even if my chatbot does not. Okay, so in kind of planning out this stream, I kind of divided it into Limsa, Gridania, and Ul'dah, and after having made those distinctions, I realized that I can just go to those places as we are led there by the MSQ. So, whoops. But yeah, we're just gonna start by grabbing this quest since it is in our mini map. For those who are new here, I am unable to type the about command in chat, but this is an all jobs, all quests challenge run of Final Fantasy XIV. And as you can see, we have all of the jobs that we are capable of obtaining in this part of the quest chains. And all of our combat jobs are level 20 or higher. However, none of our profession jobs are level 20 yet, so that is what we will be remedying today. Part of the rules that I have set up for this little challenge is that jobs have to be within 5 levels of each other, and combat jobs need to be capable of doing the MSQ. We've had a couple of exceptions just because we ran out of quests, and the queue times for just roulettes and guild tests were terrible. And I didn't want to just sit here and wait and make you all wait. So instead, we're going to try to remedy some of these things now. And while I realize that to keep everything within 5 levels, we don't have to get all of these up to level 20, I'm just trying to get things out of the way preemptively so that we have more time to work on job quests. So, first and foremost, we're going to be picking up this here MSQ from Minfilia. Today we'll also be joining a grand company because that is going to help move the quest line along as well as bring us over to other major cities. Are you going to be talking or am I going to be talking? Until not so very long ago, you were but one of the many adventurers seeking to make their way in Eorzea. But for your character and courage, you were raised to the esteemed post of envoy. Thereafter, you traveled the realm, aiding those in need without thought of reward, confirming to Ida and Papalymo that the Scions would benefit from your aid. And no sooner had you joined us than you personally bested the primal Ifrit. You have achieved a great deal in a short time and won fame in doing so. Alas, fame does not come without price, and you will soon, as you soon will discover. We have guests, Arietta, or rather, you have guests. This always seemed really sinister to me. Beg pardons. Ah, Lady Minfilia, radiant as always. I am given to understand that the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have but recently welcomed a new hero into their midst. I am here on behalf of the Maelstrom, Grand Company of Limsa Lominsa, to offer said hero a place of honor within our ranks. As you can see, Arietta, your recent exploits have garnered you the attentions of the Grand Companies of Eorzea. Each organization would have Ifrit's Bane for its own. To this end, all three have sent officers to court you. They would not ordinarily go to such lengths to enlist a new recruit. That they have is evidence of their high regard for you. I find myself wondering how word of Arietta's deeds spread so quickly. That the immortal flame should know of her triumph is to be expected, but what of the other grand companies? Eep! Oh, Tataru. Your reputation precedes you, Mistress Stormstrike. 'Tis no ordinary woman who can face a primal and emerge the victor. And imagine our pride when we learned that you began your journey as an adventurer in our own Gridania. Know that the people hold you in high esteem and that you will always be welcome among us. The Order of the Twin Adder has need of valiant women such as you. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us ensure that peace ever reigns over the Twelveswood. What a pleasure it is to finally meet you, Mistress Stormstrike. My comrades speak of you in the most glowing terms. A woman of your talent belongs with the immortal flames. Join your strength to ours, friend, and together let us secure a prosperous future for Ul'dah. The Admiral was not exaggerating when she said you have the look of a hero. Full often does she speak of you, friend. It is only natural that we should want you for the Maelstrom. Join your strength to ours, and together let us see the grand vessel of Limsa Lominsa to the shores of glory. Uh-huh. This is awkward. Very well. Though I am quite sure you need no reminding, mayhap a brief summary of the situation would help to clarify your thoughts on this matter. As you know, the Grand Companies are all-encompassing organizations empowered to call upon the martial, economic, and technological resources of their respective city-states in times of strife. There are presently 3 such organizations in Eorzea: the Maelstrom of Limsa Lominsa, the Order of the Twin Adder of Gridania, and the Immortal Flames of Ul'dah. Serving a grand company means serving the nation to which it belongs. You will be charged with its defense and tasked with advancing its cause. In return for your faithful service, you will be furnished with various rewards, some of which may well prove useful in your other endeavors. If you are agonizing over which of the Grand Companies best deserves your loyalty, be at ease. The commitment you make this day need not be permanent. Should you wish to shift your allegiance at a later date, you are entitled to do so, and yet I can see that it's no small choice you face. Ah, a thought occurs to me. You will, of course, recall that the three city-states are planning to hold remembrance services. Oh yeah, they are! I forgot that we have not yet done that. Well, as part of the proceedings, I am given to understand that the leader of each Grand Company will deliver an address. Hearing these addresses ought to help you make an informed decision. What say you, my dear officers? A fine suggestion. You are wise as you are beautiful, my lady. Very well, let Arietta hear our leader speak, then return here with her decision. We eagerly await your answer. I know full well that adventurers are, by their nature, a liberty-loving breed and not best suited to the discipline of military service, but I strongly urge you to join a Grand Company nonetheless. While the promise of reward is enticing in itself, it is not the only benefit. You are possessed of great power, Arietta, and with it you are capable of doing untold good. Yet know that great power is so wont to attract attention, not all of it friendly. There will be those who wish you ill, and you must needs be on the lookout for them. Yet however vigilant you are but one woman. In the midst of a grand company, however, you will be one woman amongst many, a friend amongst friends. Your achievements will be shared and still will danger. I can think of no better arrangement. Of course, joining one organization need not mean leaving another. I hope we can continue to rely upon your aid. The 12 know that we will have need of it in the days ahead. The Grand Companies seek to protect their own nations. We Scions, on the other hand, seek to preserve the future of Eorzea as a whole. Similar, yet not quite the same. Now then, I expect that you will be afield more often in the future. As such, I would have you carry this link pearl with you at all times. It will allow us to stay in touch regardless of location. Eorzea is changing, Arietta, and you have the power to help shape it anew. None can say what the morrow will bring, but so long as we believe in ourselves, there is naught we cannot achieve. Now it is time you made ready for your journey. Before you depart, be sure to speak to Tataru. She will apprise you as to where and when the remembrance services are due to take place. I love that they just don't leave her office. They just stay here, staring. Poor Minfilia. Alright, so the remembrance services will bring us to all 3 different capital cities, so we will also be utilizing that to work on the profession jobs as well as probably picking up the level 20 jobs if not completing them today. Yeah, so I have my list in front of me and hey, look, it's a Tataru standing on a chair. I'm sorry about all the attention you're getting, Arietta. I might have sung your praises a little too loudly, and often, to a few too many people. Ahem. Next time I'll be sure to hold my tongue, literally if necessary. Anyway, I expect you want to know where and when the remembrance services are taking place. If all goes to plan, Gridania's Grand Company, the Order of the Twin Adder, will hold the first of the 3 services, and Elder Seedseer Kanisena will deliver her address at Miketo Amphitheater. I should probably mention at this point that due to the organizational challenges involved in assembling all of the involved parties, it's possible that the order of the services may change. Still, there's not much we can do about that, so make Gridania your first port of call. Next, you will need to go to Ul'dah, where the Flame General Raubon Aldin will be addressing the masses at the Royal Promenade. Oh, and it's rumored there's to be a special guest. How exciting! Last but not least, you must make your way to the stateroom in Limsa Lominsa, where Maelstrom Chief Admiral Merlwyb Blowhifswin will be giving her address. The room is accessible via the Admiral's lift. Identify yourself to the sentries, Xanthale, and he will admit you. Got that? Well, off you go then. I hope you find the Remembrance services suitably educational. I suggest visiting the city-states in my prescribed order, though with your record of impeccable timing and luck, the schedule may well change in favor of your preferred travel plans. Farewell! So, I've always done them in order, but I'm going to preferred travel plans this one. Because currently my lowest level job is culinarian, so I wanted to get that out of the way first. And it's also right here. It's also right here. I'm gonna grab a sip of water. Why is he wearing one of those cone hats? I don't see why he, a marauder, would be wearing a cone hat. My FC is talking about how they wish the Lullifels had more beard options, including full Santa beard to their little feets. Which would be admittedly hilarious. Okay, so since we're already here... Oh, come on. I'm going to start over at the Culinarian Guild. That was the incorrect decision. I needed to start over at getting guild leaves. Ugh. Where is the map? 7th Sage, so I do have to go this way. But it's not quite any closer to the aft castle. So running is just fine and dandy. I don't know how many leaves I will need to do, so we're just going to try our best. As for Fisher, though, I still have the level 15 quest to do. Okay. So for Blacksmith, I'm only going 19 to 20. But I need a full level, so I'll grab all 3 and call it good. Same for Armorer. Okay, and then we go over to Culinarian, where we're gonna start with all 3 and probably come back to grab more. Okay, so we're just gonna head over to the Bismarck again and just work on this. But first, let's check what they actually are. So we need to make dodo omelets. So I'm gonna just start writing these down just so that I can easily keep track of them and not have to keep switching between screens, because that can get annoying. Okay, dodo omelet. So we have the smooth butter, and we have the tomato sauce, and we have the dodo egg, so we need wild goat milk, which we can buy. We need table salt, which we can make, and we need Highland parsley, which we can buy. Okay, so there's that one. Shy oyster is raw oysters. Uh-huh. Raw oyster. We need a Rothlet oyster, which we might be able to buy from the fishmonger. And we need a sun lemon, which we might need to either go find ourselves or pick up from the market board. Okay, and a total nut job. Interesting quest choice. Quest name choice. Okay, so loaves of walnut bread. Walnut bread. We have literally none of these things except for smooth butter. Okay, so we need sunset wheat flour. Which we can make. I thought we had buffalo milk, but maybe I drank it all. Which reminds me, we do in fact need to make sure that we drink some of the mineral water so we get the bonuses. And we need another table salt. And a Gridanian walnut, which I'm pretty sure we can in fact buy at the Bismarck. Alright, so with all that figured out, let's start over at the Bismarck, and then we can port over to the fishmonger near the aft castle if needed. Why is he doing chicken? Aggressive chicken man. I'm confused. That's okay. Alright, so. That's right. It is inside. Hi, Vikebe. She's so sweet. Eating her little sandwich. She really likes those egg sandwiches. That person's in a striped bikini with a helmet on. Okay. So, first things first, let's get that table salt, which I believe is here. Yep, so we need 2 of those. Oh, and we need to mineral water. Okay, so six pinches. Okay, so we're done with that. Now let's see, we needed sunset wheat flour, which I am pretty sure we need the sunset wheat for. So 4 sunset wheat. So we need an Ald goat milk, a buffalo milk. I'm gonna start checking these off my list. Okay, so we have mineral water. We don't need that for this. Rye, sunset wheat, of which we need 4. So we can make some more. Okay. Good distilled water. Huh. Highland parsley, sun lemon, and Gridanian walnut. I'm not seeing them. So. It could just be that we need to just go buy it. Yep. Okay. So. Let us head off. To the Hyaline. Okay, so yes, we wanted to check here first to see if they have the oyster in question. That's the wrong way. I was heading over to the Blacksmith and Armorer Guild, which is not the direction we're trying to go. Okay, there's the fishmonger. Okay. Nope. They don't have that oyster either. Huh. Okay. Well, off to the market board we go. Because while we probably can gather all the things we need, that seems a little extra. And like it would take a little extra time. Okay, so market board. So first thing, Highland parsley. I hope we have enough money for all the things that we need. If not, we'll figure it out. Ruffled oyster. So far so good for the prices. Okay, sun lemon. That one's a bit pricey. Let's see. So at 190 we can get the 15 for a little bit less, and we'll probably just resell them on the market. Gridanian walnut. Oof, that's another one. Luckily we only need one, so getting two isn't too far out of the question. Okay. Now I'm going to be one of those people and do my crafting directly in front of the market board. Okay. Uh-huh. It shouldn't break. Success! Okay. So now we need to go back up here. Is it here or is it up here? Well, there's the walnut bread. So, synthesize. Okay. And just to be on the safe side, we're going to use this waste knot. Taking me for every inch of it. Okay, so we've made the loaves of walnut bread, and the raw oyster was directly underneath it. And we did get that first level, which is awesome. This oyster is like, apparently making high quality is a difficult feat. Okay. That's close enough. Okay. And it's not enough to master mend. Okay. Let's try for rapid synthesis and hope for the best. Nope. We failed. Well, rather I failed. Yeah. Yeah, it broke. Okay, so. that's not quite enough to do both. Okay, but nope, we just have to finish it off. We're not quite high enough level with good enough gear to just go for it. Okay. And dodo omelet. And 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Okay. So all 3 of those are completed. I'm going to just quickly double check. Smelt and dealt as an iron ingot. Iron curious. Iron all. We have a handful of rivets. And initiate skillet. Okay. So let's just get these out of the way too, because it's probably... Well, no. Let's do culinarian first. And they're going to be over in the Aetheryte Plaza. Oh, geez, I've been forgetting. Ill-conceived venture. Where? Those people are having a good time. Where? There. It's not loading very fast. Several adventurers are having difficulty summoning their retainers. Should you wish to offer assistance? Yep. Accept. Bloody hells, I ain't got time for this. Friend, you look like the helpful sort. Mind handling a meddlesome task for a man in need? Me retainer, he reckoned he had what it took to go on a venture in Skull Valley with not more than what I gave him. But now the little bugger's up and vanished. Probably got eaten by a dodo or some such. Any road, if you happen to come across his remains in western Lenosha, I'd like you to inform the local watch so they can set about notifying his kin. Wow, that's super morbid, my dude. Wow. That's super duper morbid. Okay, Bango Zango. Yep. Here's the first one. Complete. Yay, level 19! Okay, so we're probably not going to need to do very much. Good to know. Yep, we're already level 20. Okay, that didn't take nearly as much as I thought it was going to. So, let's just switch on over. I think that armor had one... I believe that armor did have one that was already done. No. And that one's... Pranbolo. And full of iron rivets. Aleport. Okay. So this one's also an aleport. So let's just make that initiate skillet. You... It's being very slow. I'm not a fan. Okay, I need an iron plate. Which requires 2 iron ingots. I'm gonna leave this direct vicinity because I'm pretty sure it's being in the center that is causing the problems because there's too many people loading in. So we're gonna go upstairs and then come back around. Yep, we are really chugging today. I'll just hang out here. This is fine. Iron ingot, which I have enough stuff. Excellent. Iron ingot. Wait. Yes, because... Wait. I'm trying to do math and it's going terribly. Okay, so... Because this one we've already got a handful of iron rivets, it's not going to receive as much EXP, so we should probably make the ingot using blacksmith. Eh. Okay. Oh. There we are. Okay. That wasn't intentional. Okay. Yeah. Need to get better about math. I have a single iron ingot and I need a second one bare minimum. Okay. Okay. What about the plate? Can I do the plate in... Nope. Has to be armor. Oh, and I'm gonna need to exit out of crafting in order to be able to switch. Yep. So, now we go in for the plate. Iron plate. Synthesize. Yeah, at 125 it is not worth almost double the CP. 2, 3, and... There we are. Okay, now for that skillet. Okay, 50%. Okay, so this is going to require 3, so we have plenty of room for that. Okay. Not 3, 4, because we'll be 1 shy. Okay, high quality initiate skillet. So, with those out of the way, and we also have the walnut bread, let us head over to Aleport. Okay. I do apologize if I am coming across as extra and or excessively tired. It's been a rough day and a half, and I also didn't get coffee this morning because I simply forgot, because it's been a rough day and a half. Okay, riveting run. And we have a high Q, not high Q, high quality. Yep. Yay, we leveled up. So that was blacksmith is leveled. Excellent. And we have a high quality pan that will more than finish getting our armor to level 20. And since we're already here, we might as well just turn in the bread. Which got us to 21 for culinarian. So, I mean, hey, we're just a little ahead of the curve. That's fine. So, now that we have those done, I am going to just abandon the extra leaves. They are not quests, therefore we don't need them yet. We can get them as necessary. And they are repeatable. Okay, I'm gonna grab a quick bite to eat. Hi, Seki. Thank you. I'm having a whole bunch of technical difficulty today, so I'm glad it at least looks nice, and I'm glad that your message is showing up because mine are not. It turned into Psyche. Nice. But yeah, I'm having a whole slew of technical difficulties. I think that it's mad at me because I'll just show you real quick. So this is the new starting soon screen. So it has animations in it. And even though it resets when I switch scenes, that's good to know. Even though there are no animations on the live scene, those are the words that I'm looking for. Even though the live scene doesn't have animations and I have set it to unload animations when they're not in use, it decided that it's unhappy and my computer is very warm. I'm also running into the issue of my bot disconnecting very rudely and without permission, and I didn't find out about it until I went live, so that was great. It was still in the starting soon screen, but yeah. But yeah, I'm very proud of my little project. It is very nice, I think, anyway. Okay, so no, it would be in logs. Fishing log. I also need to know what exactly I'm looking for. Every fish, silver lining, navigator's daggers, near Brewer's Beacon in Western Lenosha. Okay. And it's only gonna show me where to turn it in. Okay. So first things first, let's go to Western Lenosha. Actually, first things first. Oh, we're in Western Oh, an ill-conceived venture is right here. I didn't change bots, but what happens is that sometimes with this particular bot, it is a known issue that it will occasionally reset itself. So I think that in doing everything else that I was doing, um, it just reset itself because I restarted my computer. Okay, first we will go find this poor retainer out here who has been abandoned by the person who has hired him. Yeah, our little novice retainer over here. We were told to recover a body, but we are recovering this entire boy. Yeah, from you, specifically. I don't like you. You're a problem, and I don't like it. Leave the Lala alone. Whoop. Okay. Yeah, it is a little bit blocked off. I'm trying to figure out if that's something I want or don't want, because the chat box is also blocking off part of the screen. So it creates a little bit of symmetry, but at the same time I'm still debating on whether or not that works with a game on, because I wasn't able to see it with a game on until now. Ahem, I don't know what you think you saw, but I assure you, I had everything under control. Yeah, that face. What? That oaf presumed me to be dead? Who does he think I am? Some wet behind the ears weakling? He could have at least shown some remorse for furnishing me with such poor equipment. Well, speak of the Sahagin. A moment. It's about bloody time. Do I sound dead to you? Fine, but you're buying the first round. Let me in have mercy. I'm not getting paid nearly enough for this work. I hope you treat your retainers with more respect, madam. Anyway, courtesy dictates that I thank you for your intervention. To that end, I ask that you seek out Fridwib in East Hawker's Alley. Tell her what you did, and I'm sure she'll reward you handsomely. Farewell. Yeah, the multi-purpose of blocking out chat is important, but yeah, it does block MSQ a bit. I might have to change it up. I had limited resources, so uh, and I just kind of wanted to just have it and be ready. It didn't take very long, but I'm still rather proud of it. Okay, so I also need... Where the hell did it say I needed to go? Brewer's Beacon? Where the higgity heck is Brewer's Beacon? Is this it? Yeah, it's the lighthouse. Okay. We're going to switch to a fisher. And we're going to sneak. And we're going this way. That is a very, very large... Why is it so close? I didn't... Oh, it's one of the 50 mobs. Okay, that explains a lot. We're getting the heck out of the way because one of those attacked me without provocation last time. And I'm still salty about it. Okay. And so we're getting a silver dagger, I believe. so that we can finish up this level 15 quest. Are we able to fish off of this cliff? Is that a thing we can actually do? But, well, we're gonna... Oh, what bait? Rat tails. I don't have any! Where do you buy rat tails? Ah! Okay, my brain's a little bit scattered. I think I'm going to go use the restroom so I'm at least mildly less distracted. Oh, you didn't know Fat Cat Mount was a void scent? Fat Cat Mount is a fantastic void scent. I love the Fat Cat Mount, and I love it more for the fact that it's a void scent. Did you know the Gallicats are also void scents? The Gallicats are also void scents, which is hilarious. And that they choose to just be docile is wonderful. All right, anyways, I'm going to go on a quick BRB. That would fit the cat's normal behavior. Yep. Okay. I will be right back. It won't be long. Okay, I have returned. Okay, so. Oh. I click back in and... Great. I'm just gonna pretend he's not there. Anyways, I'm going to port back to Limsa to pick up the rat tails, which I don't know where to actually find them. So, there is that. The snack box was such a good idea the other day that I am repeating. Okay. Greetings, miss. How may I assist you? It sounds to me like you came along just in time. The last thing we need is another retainer dying during a venture. I gather from your expression you are not familiar with ventures? Quite understandable. Allow me to explain. In cooperation with the Adventurers Guild, we have established a new system through which retainers may be dispatched to procure items for their employers. Should you wish to avail yourself of this additional service, you will need to pay your retainers in advance with ventures. I speak of these special script issued by the Adventurers Guild. Accept them with my compliments. Let me assure you that it isn't a complex process. Any retainer can walk you through it. When next you speak with yours, why not raise the subject? Okay, so Are we little lad? Are we little lad? I have decided that we're going to the other one. Wait, culinarian, battlecraft supplier, retainer vocate, jeweler, tradecraft supplier. No, that's not it, is it? He's not gonna have the fishing bait. Yeah, we only made one. We're starting simple, and I'm probably going to make another one later. But we started out with one, and yeah, probably gonna make another one later. By the Limsa boat thing, but they don't have rat tails. They only have the ones for the boat. Battlecraft, fieldcraft supplier. I found him. Land. Those are tools. Items. You have rat tails? You have rat tails. I'm gonna grab 20. Just in case. There. Okay, so our sweet little lad. We're about to see him. Yes. Emerin, our sweet boy. Hail to thee, madam! Your humble servant has heard your summons. Look at him. Look at him. He's a good boy, but we do not have proper lighting here. That snake is wearing a scarf. Yeah, the game would benefit 20 times more with a proper tackle box in which to hold all of your tackle. That would be great. So for the retainer class, for little Emerin over here, I want one of my retainers to be a combat job and the other to be a gathering job. So I'm trying to figure out if I want him to be a lancer or if I want him to be... I'm thinking for all the stuff that I need, that miner might be the better option over botanist. But I'm still trying to figure out which one of those would be better for our wee little boy. He's just a little guy. He's just a little guy. And he's fabulous. Do we have anything we can give him? Yeah, we can entrust him with some more of our garbage. Silver Chocobo Feather is only to teleport you to the person that you use the friend code with, right? So I have zero use for that because I use the friend code with my partner and he's not on the server, let alone playing the game. Oh, you can use them to buy tombstone gear? Well, heck, I might use it for that later. But yeah, retainer class. I still need to decide if we want him to be a lancer or a miner. He looks like a different kind of miner. He looks like a small boy miner instead of a rock miner. We'll figure that out later. But anyway, this is Emerin, if I can get the camera correct. And yeah, we'll see him in Ul'dah at some point. Okay, so let's go back to Swiftperch. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So I might just have him be Lancer, just so I can get enough leather, because that's what I really struggle with getting, is the leather and stuff. Like, the mining I can pretty much do on my own. Okay, so we're assigning rat tails. 20 of them. That's real good. Yeah, just infinite leather. And I mean, uh-oh. That was a choice that I made that I am regretting. Let us remove ourselves from this buzzard. Okay. Now we turn on sneak. Jeez. Sneak past old Six Arms. If it'll let us. Okay, Brewer's Beacon. Let's see if we can actually fish from here like it wants us to. Yes, this is hilarious. Yay, it's the Navigator's Dagger that we needed! I'm pretty sure that's all we needed? No, we need 5 of them. My bad. I don't even remember how stealth works in WoW. It's been so long. More Navigator's Daggers. That's a harbor herring. Why? We are not in the harbor. Oh, I see. So it's directional, kind of like how old D&D was, but not necessarily how new D&D is, because new D&D assumes that you're basically facing all directions at once in order to simplify things. I have random trivia about so many things. So many. That's 3. Uh-oh. That was a mistake. Yeah. See, the problem is that every group that I am part of almost always has at least one rogue who strongly attempts to sneak into every single fight. Strongly attempts. And yet, almost every time we fail the group stealth check. So it doesn't even matter. Yay, we are the correct level. However, I want to finish this level 15 quest quite badly. Sir clanks a lot. Basically, we also are prone to having barbarians in the group and or really, really loud and obnoxious casters. I don't know. I don't know why this keeps happening to my group in particular, but it is quite terrible and quite hilarious at the same time. Come on! 2 more Navigator's Daggers, please, thank you! It depends on which version of D&D you're playing. For example, the group I play with plays a lot of 3.5, basically Pathfinder instead, which is a modified 3.5. So barbarians can wear armor, it's just that many choose not to. Is that it? No! Why? I think one of my favorite... I did catch a crab earlier. I think one of my favorite player characters that one of my friends has made was Orc. That was his name. That was also his race, but his name was Orc. Orc had like a 5 intellect. It was... And Orc was also... Orc was a bard. Well, I could have used that earlier when I was cooking, but oh well. Orc assumed that every orc was his brother. Regardless. And Orc also had a very special instrument. It was a kazoo pan flute. To Orc, every kazoo that was glued together made a different note. That was not the case for literally everybody else with an int higher than 5. Yes, that is accurate. And this was actually made by a friend of mine who is also a streamer. I can't do the shout out that I made for him because my chatbot isn't working. But Quinn Dango, he is a good tabletop RPG buddy of mine, and Orc was his creation for a game that I did not play with him. But he did, in fact, make the prop. You rolled for personality, and things kind of went bizarre. See, that's part of the reason why I don't roll for personality, because oftentimes it's so incohesive to my playstyle. Depending on what personalities are available. Like, if you're just going straight from the book, most of the times you can kind of fudge it, but there are a lot of campaigns where you can do... Please, please, please. Yes! Okay. There's a lot of campaigns where you can roll for specific, or rather game-specific backgrounds and game-specific personalities and game-specific traits and all these other things, which is really fun. I do appreciate that quite a bit. But oftentimes the basic ones that you just get are, yeah. Apparently, I must meet attacks on me or my family with brutal and intense retaliation, kleptomania, and my family is styled like a mob boss. And you're also a noble somehow. That's excellent. I cannot wait to hear how you play that. And I also wish you luck because, wow, hot damn, that's gonna be rough going. Jeez, this is taking so long. I thought that I'd be able to get through stuff because we have not been planning enough in previous streams to make sure that we have enough to do, but like this time around, it's just taking forever to get through our quests and levels, even if they're easy. The shiny shine, the smelly smell. Cannot wait to taste. Well, it looks like we found the fish you were after. You fine. Maybe choo-choo run season with season or smoke with smoke. Maybe grill on grill. Maybe many cooking options for cook. My, you're certainly putting a great deal of thought into this. Ha ha ha! Choo-choo run gifted to feast on feast gift. But best choo-choo run regard you with choo-choo run's best regards. We are always grateful for your patronage, choo-choo run. Please see him out and return here afterwards, Arietta. We've more to discuss. You're also a hedonist who needs drinks and lovemaking during rest time because... Okay! 10 out of 10. I appreciate this content. Whew! I'm glad you were able to handle that sudden request. So many of these freeloading fishermen can't be bothered to stay ashore for more than a day at a time. You, on the other hand, have proven far more reliable. I can think of at least one Kikiran who'd agree. Now that you've seen how rewarding fishmongering can be, I hope you'll take the initiative to try it yourself. Okay, so I believe I'm wearing a cotton tunic. Yes. And I believe I'm wearing the slops. Yes. Am I wearing the wrist guards? No, that's 15 levels. What about the shoes? That's not as many levels, so we're grabbing these, even if they don't match. Yay! We leveled up again. Not that we needed to, but it's fine. It's fine. It's totally fine. Okay, so. And we have a new elm fishing rod. Okay. So I am going to very quickly upgrade the miner gear and botanist gear and back to Fisher. And we'll pick up the level 20 quests. But I'm going to take a quick snacky break and take another bite. You might recall Mochichirun, the babble-spewing fish connoisseur. Perhaps not, but he certainly recalls you. We had this conversation less than 5 minutes ago, Sisipu. Apparently, there aren't enough fish in the sea, so he set his sights on freshwater fish. He's even tried catching them himself, though that's proved problematic so far. While Kikiern possess a healthy appetite for fish, they lack the necessary patience and often end up eating their own bait. The problem has a relatively straightforward solution, employing a lure in place of live bait. Unfortunately, this straightforward solution requires a roundabout demonstration, as Chichurun does not readily accept the concept of inedible bait. If only you might snag 5 warm water trout with crow flies, he might come to see the light. The fish are said to populate the shores of Oakwood in Upper Lenosha. Though I can't say I've been recently. I consider it inauspicious to cast one's line under the watchful gaze of a giant sea serpent. Oh, that's fancy. Okay, so because all of our jobs are in fact over 20, or rather these ones are over 20, I am going to grab the level 20 quests when they are available. Is this one available? Yeah. Because we're just not going to be able to get through quite enough content today. I thought we were going to be able to get through more. So now we're just going to take what we can get where we can find it. Been practicing your dance steps, Arietta? Because we're about ready to run rings around Captain Malala and her swads. The Yellow Jackets have been pressing their investigations into the treasures of what was cloyed from them Maelstrom tub. But, as you know, we've got our own network of coves what don't miss not the goings-on about town. As for the sharp end of the job, it'll be you, me, Underfoot, and the Stray. Let's get down to business, eh? Vikeba is late to the feast, so I'll just make sure we're all on the same page for the now. When you get down to it, you have 2 goals for this job. Bite back them 3 treasures and mill the coves what cloyed 'em in the first place. You can be sure that the Yellow Jacket True'll be doing her damnedest to beat us to the marks. And seeing as the fate of the guild is at stake, we'd best not drag our dew-beaters on this one. I say we grapple them baubles afore she's even lifted anchor, and give her a proper reason to rage against us rogues. You seem awful keen on this contest all of a sudden, Jack. Well, here's the thing. I sent me a grievance to the Thalaccracy regarding the Shrew's challenge, but them paper shufflers don't care a whit as long as one of us gets the job done. So I figured I'd sail with the wind rather than against it. Besides, we wouldn't want to shirk our duties and force poor Captain Malala to blunder about in the scary Darkmans, now would we? How very gentlemanly of ye. Well, them's the cards what we've been dealt, ain't they? Now stow your quips and let's hear what you've learned about them bloody treasures already. Aye, the treasures. According to the manifest of the Maelstrom vessel, we're looking to bite back the Cerulean Star, the Silver Sorrows, and something called the Black Sarcophagus. Aside from the fancy names, I was able to whittle a few more details. The Cerulean Star, for starters, is a big old blue diamond which shines like a star, I suppose. Then we got the Silver Sorrows, a pair of earrings what once graced the wattles of a sultana in Ul'dah. There's a tale there, but one what don't concern us at present. Lastly, the Black Sarcophagus thing. I'm afraid that one remained a mystery no matter how much I poked and prodded. In any case, all 3 of these trinkets was recorded as spoils from official privateering raids. Now, as you know, a pirate will usually sell his plunder through a reliable fence. Sometimes, though, holding an auction is the only way to offload goods what is too extravagant or just too bleedin' rare for the average cull to deal in. Our 3 wondrous treasures fell into the auction-only category. When the bidding began in Aleport, the Thalaccracy weighed in and, with its ample purse, made some unmatchable offers, then organized a tub for the merchandise to be shipped back to Limsa. And that's when our mark swooped in and picked the transport clean. I had a few words with the Maelstrom sailors, survived the attack, and they pointed the finger to the Gridin curs. Problem is, not one calls seen hide nor hair of the curs, not to mention their bloody ships since the raid. Sorry I'm late, Jack, but you'll want to hear this. Some of the cargo, what was cloyed from the transport, was just found during a routine inspection at the Lethagrin checkpoint. Lethagrin? Have the curs made landfall then? And what are the treasures? Any mention of them? Not that I've heard, but the jackets ain't done shaking out all the boxes yet. You can't sell things to a fence. There's so much gatekeeping. Ah! That's very good. That's very good. Then we'd better get eyes out there quick like. Arietta, Underfoot, you're fresh for a run, ain't you? Come on, lass. I'll race you to the checkpoint. Oh, this is a very dapper individual. Look at that. Oh, I like the boots. Good purple boots. Very dapper. Very good. Looks like cotton candy and I approve. Okay. So, we picked up the Rogue and Fisher quests in Limsa for the level 20 jobs. For now, we're going to skip getting the rest of the 20 jobs, and I think it's just going to be heading over here and listening to our dearest Merlib give a speech and meeting some very sassy children. We pause for sassy children on this stream. You'll know the ones I mean almost instantaneously. Though, oof, the voice acting is so different. And ridiculously sassier. Here to attend the Remembrance service? Be quick, the Admiral is due to give her address at any moment.
The Garleans are another matter altogether.
So much for our alliance.
It's sunk beyond the seabed.
She does command attention.
Brothers and sisters of the sea, hearken unto me. Look upon this, our mighty crimson standard, and tell me your hearts do not swell with pride. "700 summers have come and gone since our forefathers first ran aground in this fertile bay. In that time, guided by the Mother of Oceans, Limsa Lominsa has grown from humble fishing village to uncontested ruler of the 5 seas and beyond.
Wow.
Did you look as the Admiral bid you? It is a rather stirring standard, I must say. The crimson field is meant to signify the blood of fallen crewmates, while the black longship represents a pirate vessel.
See, I don't know that you were ready to leave the studium, my small elf boy.
When the Garlean Empire marched upon Eorzea, we assembled beneath the Maelstrom standard, and our grand company was reborn. All answered the call, from the Knights of the Barracuda to Hilthier's bloody executioners. And together, we met our would-be conquerors upon the field of Cartano.
I thought the bloody executioners weren't allowed. But I guess they did help at the Battle of Cartano.
That day, the world bore witness to the united strength of Limsa Lominsa. I swear to you, no army ever fought harder or with more courage.
Can you?
Yet many of ours did not survive.
That part is true.
Join me now in remembering those who fought in the name of freedom and fell. May their souls be returned to the sea.
Freedom. Yes, they have always been rather fond of their freedom.
Shut up and go back to your fanboys.
Much as the beast tribes have. Small wonder. Beneath the surface, one would struggle to tell them apart.
But the bloody executioners, they keep showing up as being super, like, rough and tumble and not necessarily always in line with the Thalaccracy, right? Because we keep ending up with, like, don't mention the bloody executioners, and I can't tell you who this is for. Cough, cough, bloody executioners. I thought that they, while being one of the major fleets, were not considered part of Limsa's pirate fleets anymore because they aren't adhering to the rules.
It has been 5 long years since the calamity struck. 5 long years of tireless rebuilding. Yet still the wounds of the calamity fester and weep.
Gross.
But when I stand atop the mizzenmast and gaze out upon our battered and broken vessel, I see an undying spirit. Did we not build all this from the wreck of the Gladian all those centuries ago? Shall we not do so again? Yet there are those who would see this ship of ours sink beneath the waves of the restless Rotano.
I am just now realizing that I turned the music back up for playing my main character and forgot to turn it back down. So I don't know whether or not this is going to require editing once I port it over to YouTube. Work. So much extra work.
Hagen creep ashore seeking blood for their accursed god.
Those fishback
The Sahagin
bastards.
have risen?
While the mines of Ogomero spew forth kobolds who push ever south, despoiling our lands as they go.
You broke the treaties, my dear.
These savage beast tribes will be the first waves to crash against our creaking hull. And behind them swells the grim tide of the Garlean Empire.
I mean, the Garleans are definitely not. They're not going to sign a treaty. They aren't going to.
Even now, the Curs fly their flags within our borders. Doubt not, but that they will be upon us ere long. We are well nigh surrounded. Yet there are those among us who would rather turn their swords against their crewmates than our cannons against our foes. How can we hope to repel our many enemies when mutiny breeds below deck? There is but one course left to us. One bearing that will bring us victory over the beast hordes and the Empire both, and see this ship safe to port. We must mend the rift the calamity has reopened twixt pirate and maelstrom, and stand fast with our adventurer brothers against the coming tempest. Mark ye well, a crew without unity is no crew at all. 'Tis but a mass of drowned men.
I'm having a hard time getting over how cute this Makote is.
To me, then, brothers and sisters of the sea, gather beneath the undying crimson standard and pledge me your strength, your skill, your wisdom. And with the guidance of the navigator, this great vessel of ours shall ride the waves till sea swallows all.
Long live the Admiral!
Admiral Melvin!
Gather the lads!
Oh, where's me cutlass?
I'll follow ye to the seven hells, Admiral!
Some of the early dialogue of crowds is very silly.
If
Just-
you'll permit me.
Just like Alphinaud
Alphinaud.
shoots.
And my sister, Alize, at your service.
At least she's wearing chapstick, unlike her brother, who, just for anyone out there, I have a severe problem with how chapped Alphinaud's lips are. It throughout the entire game, it is disturbing.
I saw at a glance that you were a fellow traveler. You might call us students of history, sampling the realm's remembrances in pursuit of enlightenment.
Seki, I feel bad for your mouth if that's what regular unchapped lips look like. Oh, he's saying words, I forgot. Oh, just the coloration and everything. Yeah, they had to make her a girl, so she's wearing lipstick, sort of. But in some of the scenes, like, his lips look like they are splitting open in some cases from how chapped the model makes them look. It's quite terrifying. Okay, something about Sahagins, and now we're talking about kobolds. As if the beast tribe's presence weren't troublesome enough, the Garleans have also chosen to erect a fortress right in the Lominsans' backyard. And that is to say, not of internal strife. As a nation of pirates, there's no end to the blood feuds between the various factions. And while they fight amongst themselves, the Garleans whet their blades and watch. If the Lominsans are to have any hope of withstanding the Empire, they must first resolve their own affairs. Differences must be set aside and the primal threat dealt with once and for all. I hear a meow. To this end, I expect that they'll soon take a decisive action against the beast tribes. Mark my words, the Maelstrom Standard will be drenched in a deeper shade of crimson ere long. That a capable adventurer like you would be a valuable addition to their crew is beyond question. Alfie, my boy, why are you such a pretentious bastard so early on? I know why. It's because he's 16, he's full of himself, and he just does not have a clue yet. Like most 16-year-olds. Okay. I am going to very quickly grab the other level 20 quests in the area. It sounded like he was saying, I like you and I think you're strong. And not incorrect. Yeah, but the thing is also that it really sounds kind of condescending to the actual grand companies. Like, they're doing it this way, and scoff, and humph, and whatnot. I think they would be better served doing it my way, because I am a smart boy. But they obviously could use your help because they are so ill-qualified. The grand companies really need a kick in the everything. Greetings, Arietta. In case such doubts fill your mind, you should know that I am ever willing to lend an ear if you find your thoughts troubled. At the very least, I would have you know this, because it seems Clythea does not. The Foreseer has been missing since this morning. There have been other times when she has disappeared without a word, but we have always been able to find her. Alas, that is not the case this day. Were the guildmaster here, I could deduce her whereabouts with nary a moment's concentration. I find myself beginning to wonder if those who devote themselves overmuch to arcanima are more prone to bouts of wanderlust. But while I wish to ponder further such oddities of character, we must need to organize a search party. Why would you be so kind as to make inquiries in Hawker's Alley? It is not uncommon for Clythea's wanderings to take a path through the markets. Not now, Thubergeim. First, we have to grab all of the level 20 job quests so that we at least have them in our possession before moving on, and so that they do not crowd our miniature map. Hang on just a second. Alright, so my partner is heading home early from work today, again. So he'll be here soon. Arietta, there's trouble afoot. Do you recall the lad whose parents were slain by the beast Kujata? The boy's father, Nedard, grandfather, recently contacted us with worrisome news. Young Sigurd has gone missing. There have been sightings of Kujata in the area, and it would seem that the child felt compelled to seek the creature out. As you are familiar with the boy and his tragic tale, I would have you attend to this matter. My sister, Sulkvib, awaits you at the Bismarck. She has been apprised of the situation and will aid you in plotting a suitable course of action. Well, I need to go to the Bismarck for other reasons, so I will not be talking to your sister. I'm sorry. The lost child will have to wait. Only but briefly, but wait he must. Okay. Okay. How do, Arietta? Been taking care of yourself, lass? Remember, if you ain't got your health, you ain't got nothing. Damn truth right there. Speaking of health, one of our lot ain't been her normal self of late. Divin' Dove's her name, and she's having a bit of trouble letting go, judging by the garments she's wearing. I told the poor woman she should take better care of herself, but she's barely leave the kitchen for anything. Which is probably how the problem came about, now I come to think of it. Any road, if it ain't sorted soon, I'm worried she'll burst. Do you know what a pixie plum is, lass? 'Tis a fruit. What's native to Curthis, and just the thing to help solve Divin' Dove's problem. Trouble is, they're bitter as sin when fresh, which is why plenty of chefs don't cook with the things. Of course, what they don't know is you can get rid of the bitterness by drying them. Better still, doing so brings out their natural sweetness without affecting their other properties, giving rise to the noble treat that is the dried plum. Now, I would have made these myself, but I ain't got no plums at the moment, and I can't very well leave my post to go and get 'em. So I need you to do the procuring and making in me stead. You can pick the plums in the wilds if you're fond of foraging. Failing that, take a gander at the market board in Hawker's Alley. Oh, and once you dry the plums and they're ready, see that Divin' Dove eats them, would you? Aye, and you might want to avoid letting on about what the whys and what fors. Touchy subject and all. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad that that's gone, because that's annoying to deal with. Okay, I'm going to be right back, because I'm going to go unlock the door so it's not locked when my partner gets home. Nikki decided that she wanted to help. Oh, semi-allergic to plums. I'm sorry to hear that. I struggle with stone fruit just because they're hard on the digestive system because they have what are called FODMAPs, which fermentable oleosaccharide dye something or another's. Anyways, it makes it difficult for people with IBS to digest them, as well as some other digestive diseases. But that's beside the point, because we are going to go grab the blacksmith quest now. Yeah. Plums, pineapple, kiwi, those are all FODMAPs, so I wonder if that has something to do with it. But it also could be an allergy to the chemical bromelain. I think they all have bromelain. Okay. Aft Castle. Going to take another quick bite of food because apparently not having coffee in the morning makes me hungrier throughout the rest of the day. Okay. Just the lass I was hoping to see. You're a bleeding godsend, you know that? You'll be happy to hear that the tree folk were mightily impressed with them samples you made for that son of a... Anyway, even the shrew had to admit I'd done a good job. But who gives a damn about business, eh? You're here to smith, am I right? So, be a good lass and whip us up a iron crossbeam hammer, will you? Oh, and before you run off, I should probably mention that the Smeedharm ain't selling iron at present. Grand Company contracts to take priority, see, and the shipwrights need all the stock we can lay our hands on. So you'll have to go get the iron on your own, be it by mining or buying. I'd sooner go to Hawker's Alley myself, but then it ain't my coin. And one more thing. I don't want just any iron crossbeam hammer, lass. I want one melded with materia. You know what materia is, don't you? It's like, say I got on an apron and I've been using for years and years, and it's got all soaked through with sweat, but instead of just sweat, it's taken a bit more, a bit of me, spiritual essence or something. Well, that essence can be pulled out and turned into stuff called materia, which is sort of like a crystal you can attach to your gear to make it stronger and so on. Needless to say, I don't know much about how materia works, but there's supposed to be a gobby who does. Name him Mutamix, if memory serves. And he's got a camp out in Thanalin. Track him down if you need some proper guidance. Resupply nodes actually sell iron ore, but the thing he doesn't mention... The thing he does not mention, Smeedhammer? Smeedhammer? I can't remember. Anyway. Doesn't Somenwerb iron ore? You just talk to the person he's arguing with and she'll set you right up. Again. Right next to him. She has all of what he has and more. How fare you, Arietta? Have you had any further dealings with the Blensteer? If so, I do hope his bile's not begun to wear away at your better judgment. Lest you think me unjust, I do not dispute his skills with the hammer. I merely take issue with the lack of respect he shows for those he deems inferior. He is responsible for breaking the spirits of more than a few novice armorers, and our ranks suffer for it. But I cannot in good conscience remove his name from the guild register. For all his flaws, Blensteer's knowledge and expertise would be too great a loss. Instead, I must find a way to soften the old buzzard's stance, and for that I require your assistance. He will not unfold his thoughts to me, but perhaps he will with you. Don't look so surprised. You're one of the few armorers in this place whom he wouldn't see cast out. He may possess all the charm of a rabid curial, but he does have a fine eye for talent, and an appreciation for well-crafted goods. Take him one of your best iron hoplons, and I dare say he'll share his thoughts with you. But I should warn you, Someribs has informed me that we scarcely have sufficient iron plate to cover our existing commissions, so you will have to look elsewhere. Hawker's Alley will almost certainly have what you need, or there is always the option of mining it yourself. Either way, I apologize for putting you to additional trouble. One last thing, I want you to meld materia to finish the shield. That should get the old sod's attention. Your vacant stare does not inspire confidence, Arietta. In brief, materia is the crystallized essence of a well-worn piece of equipment. Such crystals are attached to the gear to enhance various properties. If you would know more, you should consider paying Mutamix a visit at his camp in central Thanalin. He will teach you about the process of enhancing equipment using materia. Oh, and he's a goblin. Now, the shield you craft must employ all the knowledge and skill you have gained thus far. The sight of it should serve to convince Blansteer that you are a like-minded soul and prompt him to speak to you as such. Good luck, Arietta. May the builder guide your hand. Yeah, and I actually have an FC house. Because I was bribed into joining an FC. Okay, so was that all of the quests of Questitude? Yes. Okay, so we picked up all of the Limsa level 20 quests, got all of our Limsa profession jobs to level 20. And yeah, so next on the list is to head to Gridania, but we are running out of time for today's stream. I am having to be a little bit more careful about not going too long with stream because I have been dealing with a flare-up of low energy. Gotta love chronic illness. So, I'm having to try to be more mindful about keeping to the 2 hours that I had originally set for myself. Okay, seek passage to Gridania. So I skipped coffee on accident. I didn't sleep last night. Like for half of it, I just had really bad insomnia. And then I had an early therapy appointment. And just like right before bed, just IRL crap hit the fan. So it's been a lot. Like I've just had kind of the worst past day and a half. So I'm very tired, and if I'm very tired, I somehow managed to skip coffee, which seems like a bad idea. Especially considering how badly I could use more coffee. Okay. Leatherworker. Ethernet. Leatherworker. Okay, so our leatherworker is level 17, carpenter level 17, and botanist level 18. So those really should be rather quick. If I didn't just... Oh god. If I didn't just walk right past the leave meat? Leave meat? Is that what he's called? The guy who gives out the leaves for profession jobs and crap. You took a nap before you got the energy to go to bed properly. I would say that is... Oh, that's a cute hair for Vieira. Cute hair color and cute style. Leave meats. Leave mates? Leave meats? Leave meats. But yeah, it seems counterintuitive, but working up the energy to go to bed properly definitely is a thing that I can relate to. Okay, so tradecraft. I only need probably 2, so we're gonna keep to the ones that go to the Black Rabbit. Yeah, I don't need to go all the way out to Aelid the Steadfast. So we'll accept 2. And then we get the Carpenter and accept 2 for Black Rabbit Traders. And that's it. You woke up at 7 a.m. to use proper pillows. See, when I'm laying on my stomach, I prefer not to have pillows because I tend to accidentally choke in my sleep. It's not great. So, not having anything near my neck, it was much worse. When my hair was actually as long as my Vieira's hair is, it would wrap around my neck in my sleep. It was quite terrible. Oh, you fixed yourself to sleep on your back like a civilized person. Civilized people are allowed to sleep on their stomachs? That or my partner's not very civilized. I might see your point. Shh, don't tell. Okay, so we're starting with leatherworker. So we're making hard leather choker. Which requires a what? It's all goat leather. It says I've made one. Search for item. I may have made one. However, I do not have one currently, so I need 1 hard leather and 1 beast sinew. Okay, and what's the other one? Hard leather skull cap. I might have the sinew somewhere. I don't think I do. Because it's not with my retainer. I didn't put any of my craft materials with the retainer. So this requires 2 hard leather and a cotton yarn. Okay, and what is this? An iron spear? So I need 1 elm lumber, 1 iron ingot, and 1 clove oil. And what is the last one? An elm cane. Yeah, I do think it's easily purchasable enough. Okay, so elm. I can spell things, it's fine. So 1 elm lumber and 1 growth formula. Ooh, it's a formula beta. Yeah, all this stuff is either easily purchased or easily made. I just need to make sure that I have enough animal hides to make the stuff. Alright, but it is 4 o'clock. And while we didn't get done all the things we were looking to do, we did do quite a bit. Alright, so... Ta-da! So this is my new end screen. I'm very proud of it. Yeah, fishing did really take more time than expected, and a lot of that had to do with the fact that I didn't plan ahead and prepare before stream, so I didn't have the correct bait and had to keep teleporting and running back and forth. But anyways, as I had mentioned earlier, I'm having technical difficulties with my chatbot, so I am unable to properly do all the things. So hang on just a hot second. If I can get this opened. Don't start with me, computer. Don't do it. Don't frickin' do it. Okay. Nope, nope. How dare? Haha. Okay. So, normally I would have my chatbot go through all of my links. However, in a most fortuitous manner, I actually created one of those link in profile things. So, if you are trying to find me or find where you can find more information, I now have a Beacons account, which I am putting up in chat now. If you click on that link, or if you type it in if you are viewing this later, it will take you to the information about Twitch here. It will take you to information if you would like to buy me a Ko-fi and see your name in the special thank yous section for Ko-fi supporters. And it also has information for how to get to my Twitter account where I have updates and cat pictures and just new happenings. Oh, another thing about the Ko-fi is that I am now alternating Saturdays. So every other Saturday there will be either a public blog post or a supporter-only blog post. That way people who do tip will also be getting a lot more of the behind the scenes information. It's kind of like a backstage tour. So that is a thing that is new and upcoming. The first one will be posted tomorrow for public following that format. This Beacons link also has a link to my YouTube where I upload VODs of all past streams in case you would like to catch up on those. And it also has a second page with the credits. So the way that I created this overlay was I used a background photo from pexels.com, which is a website with free to use photography, so long as I don't actually know. You don't have to credit people if I remember correctly, but they do provide the information so that you are capable of crediting them. So the credit and the link for the background that I am using, the photo I am using for the background, is there. Animated GIFs for the stream overlay are free stickers that I used in Canva. The beacons theme are presets provided by Beacons. And it also has the software I'm using as well as commissioned and licensed material, which so far I'm not using because I've either made it all myself or it's all been free to use. So that is my spiel about this new link. I am sorry for all the technical difficulties that I ran into. But we will make it work. Yeah. I I'm trying to figure out a happy medium between having the bots entering into the conversation just so that uh, it does provide information to people who are looking for it without spamming. But it's really been difficult to find that balance, so I'm still working on it. I'm still working on a lot of things. Anyways, I will see you all later. I hope you have a wonderful day. I'm still figuring out all the things, and therefore, with technical difficulties, some of the things that I was planning on doing today aren't going to happen. So I hope you all have a wonderful weekend and get some time to relax. Make sure to drink water, stay hydrated, and I will see you again on Tuesday where we will continue leveling profession jobs and getting our level 20 quests into our quest log. Have a good one, Seki. I'll see you later. And I will do that. I will get some rest. All right. Bye everybody.